big mustache on. All right, whatever.
Is why
Whatever.
I can't stand the Dutch.
Tim, we're sorry, but
they know how I feel about it. Walking around Den Haag, yelling.
That was intentional. So
Yeah. I hate canals and I hate you.
well, now you know, Dutch folks. Anyway, welcome back to Faustian Nonsense streaming. This is our final stream to promote the upcoming podcast, Super Suits. And I say upcoming podcast, not Super Suits crowdfunding campaign, because we are funded. We reached our goal this morning. We hit 15,000. We are now reaching for stretch goals because we cannot believe that this is occurring, and we're all a little bit teensy bit in shock, but in like a healthy, fun, sexy way. And the first stretch goal, funnily enough, is a competitive version of the TTRPG that y'all have been watching us play on the stream prior. Now, I say that that's funny because today we're going to be testing a beta version of that. We are going to have the final showdown between Karen and Stacy. And with that, Dan, our dear, beloved, honorable Judge Dan.
that's me. I'm that guy.
It's you. Because I have to stop being helpful now as I'm Karen.
Oh, okay. So in that case, hi everybody. I'm Dan. I'm gonna be your judge today for this thing that we haven't done before. Would you guys mind if we just like went around really quick and introduced all the characters that are here and like what their powers are and what's going on specifically?
Totally.
Right.
Let's
So
start with go ahead.
Yeah, let's start with the prosecution side. Who's doing the attacking?
I would say
Who is prosecuting? Do we want to roll the scenario dice first and maybe decide there?
Just figure out.
Yeah, okay. All right.
And then we can introduce our sides. I like this.
That's good. Good
Plan. Right, so I don't have to roll for a plaintiff. I do have to roll for a plaintiff and defendant because you guys are here, but I have to figure out who's suing. Actually, if Stacy and Karen could both roll a d6,
yeah,
and then the higher die will be the
Rolled it out
plaintiff.
to the floor.
That is so fitting for you, girl. That's a 4.
5. It looks like you're on the defensive as always.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
it's good to feel wanted. You'll find out someday.
So, all right. So we'll start with
A vibe has entered the courtroom.
the plaintiff side. So, Karen, if you would be so kind as to begin with your introduction, and then we'll go to your lawyers.
I thought I was.
You are, Jolene.
Yeah, they're plaintiffs, so they're mad, right?
Stacy.
Well,
Yeah,
everyone's
we're mad.
Sorry, Stacy,
We're mad.
my
No,
bad.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Mixed you both up.
Oh, you're
again.
not mad?
I'm vibing. I'm vibing.
That's
It's all
up.
good vibes here. My name's Stacy. I just got back. Oh, my real name is Jolene. I don't actually talk like this. My name is Stacy. I just got back from a wonderful vacation, and all of the negativity in my heart has been just like flows out all on the beach. And so I'm just feeling good
Is that a
vibes
toxic
here.
spill?
You know what, Karen? When I see you going and cleaning up penguins with soap and water, like I did on my little Goodwill tour, maybe then you can talk. In any case, Karen's a piece of shit, and my power is that I can look at anything and I can precognitively tell if it's hot or not.
Incredible.
For the sake of clarity, what definition of hot?
Like if it's going to be a big hit in the future or if it's going to be a flop.
Oh.
Hot
Okay.
or not?
I was considering like you could tell whether things are warm to the touch. Just by
I can also tell.
Power
I
of
have that
skin.
power too. It turns out I just touch the stove and it's hot.
Oh my god, it's so hot, guys.
Anyway.
All right.
Oh my god. Somebody else
And
talk.
the lawyers representing Stacy are going to be
Let's start with the lawyer, not the student.
Not to give them an unfair advantage, but Phil and Gideon strike me as attackers.
Well, Karen's my client. Like, she's been my long-standing client, so I have to be with
It
her.
would be strange.
Wow.
So
to
that
do
means you got to be
switcheroo.
my junior attorney, so you got to be with me. So that's kind of how it has to fall. Sorry, guys. because you're gonna lose. So it just sucks for you.
So
I would strongly advise you be on your guard before you say anything you regret.
Oh, you're
After all,
cute. Oh, you're cute.
offense does very much suit myself and the Honorable Mr. Philip Aria very much. Thank you.
well, in which case, Gideon, you've popped your head up above the parapet. Do you want to introduce yourself first?
Of course. My name is Gideon Smerton, temporarily tied for valedictorian, soon to be the only valedictorian, and I have the power to read minds. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
But then again, he already knew that you knew that. Mind freak.
And this is why he is my boss, ladies and gentlemen.
They call me King Shit. My name is
sorry.
Well, I like it. I'm on board. I just assume that every nickname is a positive nickname. I should introduce myself. My name is Philip Aria. I'm actually Tim, but I sound like this or a variation on it all the time because I'm from England. And I am the premier lawyer with the surname Aria. Don't look it up, it's fine.
That's right, Karen. I got Dr. Phil as my lawyer, so.
Hang on, who said that? I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know if I should be cross.
It's your client, Dad.
Sorry, I was looking through a copy of Sports Illustrated. I'm trying to acclimatize to the Americans.
Oh.
I've been here for 250 years, and I'm still trying to get who is Dan Rather and why. All these things I have to learn.
No one's really sure.
So what are your powers, Mr. Arya?
Well, I'm a vampire, but not the kind of mainstay interview with a vampire kind of vampire. That
So not like the cool
was
ones.
really offensive to my people. I am a mosquito-based vampire, which means I like blood, but also nectar. So I'm fast, I can fly, I'm invisible, mosquito stuff.
So you're not a sexy vampire, you're a gross as fuck vampire. That's what you're telling me right now.
Wow.
I would like to disagree.
Don't tell
I would like to
Mal.
disagree.
Don't-
Let the
don't
record
write
show
it down.
mosquitoes are, in fact, considered to be the #1 most attractive insect. I actually did a paper on this in undergrad.
Have you seen
been
the
on the
proboscis?
internet?
Yeah.
Have you been on the
seen it?
internet?
Where's this going?
You type in.
Those are hot right
Not that
now.
I've been on the internet for this, but I happen to know.
Gideon?
You
It's
have
very
proboscis?
popular.
Gideon, I'm happy to take the fall on this. I've Googled sexy proboscis, and it was only good things on there. So I think you're
Absolutely.
the fool here.
The court would like to remind Miss Castillo that personal attacks are not warranted in this courtroom.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll keep it under wraps here.
Professional attacks are absolutely fine.
Encouraged, even.
Yeah.
Your Honor, at
I
what
imagine
stage
you would
of the
like to
trial-
keep this case under wraps as well, Miss Castillo.
Your Honor, at what-
Actually, she's super proud of her client, which is me. Hi, I'm Karen. I'm an up and coming influencer. I'm actually Amelia Kinch. I'm the network director of Faustian Nonsense, and I could not be further from this. I used to be an attorney, but this is my way of venting the frustrations of that by being the nightmare client to other people. And by that, I mean the perfect client ever. And I'm super besties with Cole, and this is Harley. I want to say Harvey. I don't know. What was your cute little name again?
Oh, yeah, no, my name's Hazel Harper Hollow, and I'm a lawyer in training, and
Shouldn't be a question mark on the end of that. You should know.
and my powers. I mean, I can do anything, as long as I set my mind to it.
Yeah.
Powerless, right? So yeah, I can get things done very fast to meet deadlines, and you show me the highest peak, and I can reach it with my sheer willpower and determination.
That's
So
so
cute.
brave. That's so brave. Oh my god. And then thankfully we have not just a student attorney, but also my bestie here, Cole.
Hello again, Karen. Thank you. Thank you for having me again represent you for the third time in 3 weeks for another civil suit. We will get into this in just a moment. But hello, everyone. I'm a senior attorney, Cole Castillo. I work for Smith, Smythe, Schmitz, and Smithsons. And we are superpowered lawyers who represent superpowered clients. And so I have fire powers, and
Like,
Harper down
despite
there,
the name Cole Castillo, like Cole Case, like it's so cute. Like her girlfriend is Bonnie Firestein, and she's got ice powers. It's like they swapped.
my partner, like my business partner, like we've worked in the we worked together for about 10 years now. Bonnie Firestein, she's like the most wonderful attorney ever. I mean, like, you should see her go. But Harper here has been instrumental with his gumption and all of his efficiency, and like, you should see this boy work a fax machine. Like, I can barely work the fax machine, but so we're really the super team here. And I'm Erin, and honestly, this is how I used to sound before I neutralized my accent. But actually, this is my actual like native accent before I decided that I sound ridiculous and aggressive in every conversation that I have.
I'm going to say it's my favorite accent on the stream by a long shot.
It's wild that you have to hold yourself back for everyone else's sake.
I'm too awesome. Also, you can't really. I've never seen like Lord of the Rings them cast somebody that sounds like me.
Yes.
You gotta sort of.
There is that one Long Island Ent.
I desperately want that. I really do. Like,
I would argue it would enhance the experience.
I
if
would
they
say
cast
so.
someone like that.
In the tower.
Patreon just need to go over Lord of the Rings with different accents. That's what we'll do.
He's looking in his eyes. It's the burrows fighting each other right there.
Well,
That's the fellowship of the burrows. That's what we got to do.
Oh, you get it?
If we did a show that was like 45 minutes long, we could go through all 3 Lord of the Rings movies director's cuts, and it would take about 2 full seasons.
I'm on it. I'll write it down real quick. Hold on. This is a impossible project to kickstart next. Yeah. Fantastic. It's got 3 skull and bones next to it. I'll get back to you on it.
Cool. All right. Careful. We've got Jolene in here, and they're all about the bones. So
that's true. Jolene's never gonna live down wrong bone facts.
Never gonna live down wrong bone facts. Don't listen to it.
It's so good.
Listen to it if you want to, but oh my god.
All right, so we got the introductions out of the way. Everybody's introduced themselves to each other and to our lovely audience.
Yes.
The gallery in the courtroom.
Thank you to gallery. Don't worry, I'm live streaming this. It's fine.
All cute little people.
Hello, people on Google.
Yes, that's on Google. That's so cute. Oh my god, you're just like your brother. Aww.
Oh, I file a motion to shut up.
I don't think that's a thing.
Yeah, I think
Erin.
Yeah.
Save it for the case. I promise you, if we listen, look at them. They are pathetic. This is a joke. If we keep our cool, this is a guaranteed win, 150%. In fact, I have a very good feeling that their weak spot is their student attorney. Just a feeling.
Go for the throat, Gideon. You are my rock. You are my forever. Go, be free, fly.
Of course, you are my sling. You are my sling. You will throw me as the stone, and I will tear their throats out.
Look at
I don't think that's how like rocks work.
Nobody throwing anybody in my courtroom.
It's
Yes, Your Honor.
metaphorical.
No metaphorical, Your Honor.
Oh, well. In that case, it has come to my attention that there is a dispute between Karen and Stacy in regards to a custody over a child or sidekick. I'm very excited about that dice roll. You have no idea.
Big issues coming up in this stream.
I have something if you'll let me. Karen, I want my cat back.
Bitch, that cat likes me better. It's like you give it like the Meow Mix cheap stuff. I make it from scratch, and like
I scratch him the way he likes it, and he only purrs when I do it.
It's a pity purr, Karen. It's a pity purr.
Not.
It is. I called you Karen. That's not true. You're Stacy.
So
I've been confusing your name for the past like hour of prep.
One of you is one and one of you is the other.
So wise. You're so wise, Your Honor. Thank you.
So from what I understand, there is a dispute over this cat. It appears that
Sparkles. That's the name
Sparkles, the Wonder Cat.
Terrible name for a cat. I don't think they like that name at all. Anyway, go on. We'll talk about that later.
According to my papers here in front of me that I definitely have, there was an agreement between Karen and Stacy to sort of it says timeshare Sparkles
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
That was like
And-
totally hot at the time, you know?
And it looks as though one of you, Karen or Stacy, I believe it's Karen, currently has Sparkles and has had Sparkle. He, she, they.
It's a she, but like in vibes, it's all of us.
Okay, so
right.
Karen has had her for an additional week outside of the contracted timeshare.
Yeah.
Cat
Custody.
share, time cat share.
Custody calendar would be the words
Yes.
you're looking for.
City calendar.
Look, I'm just reading the report
Sure. Yeah,
that you
the
gave
timeshare.
me when
Okay,
you
timeshare.
definitely
Not an
filed
attorney.
this.
Not an attorney. Not an attorney. Okay, go ahead. You're good. Do it. Band-Aid.
Stacy is here to try and regain custody of Sparkles, the Wonder Cat.
Sparkles the Wonder Cat is my everything. She's my
I-
rock.
yeah, but here's the thing. Sparkles is everything, and like Sparkles' opinion matters a little bit more than yours does. So like,
It
yeah.
does, but like, Sparkles doesn't like you though.
Oh, but Sparkles loves
you can
me.
tell-
She's
you can
like
tell
all
whenever-
about.
Every time
Okay. I got the
she
first
turns
question.
She
I got
turns
the
around
first.
and faces your butt. Faces her butt. at
I got
you.
the first question
Fine.
for the both of yous, and I'll have Karen go. Nah, you know what? You can go first, Stacy. Sorry, Karen. Hang on. I'll get to you. Stacy,
Yes.
how did you meet Sparkles, and how did you two decide to share this custody?
Well, I found Sparkles outside our apartment.
So you found Sparkles outside. Hold on, Karen.
I did find Sparkles. She was meowing really loud, and I looked at her, and she looked at me, and we had a connection. And then I took the tuna that I was eating out of the container that I had, and I was like, "Oh, the cat wants
out of the can."
Out of the can, yeah. Listen. I was doing a tuna diet. It was very
Gross.
yeah. I honestly, mad respect, that was not. But
Well, how lucky for you to be doing the tuna diet, because
Well,
now you
yes,
can give the
because-
tuna to the soul
So I
cat
gave
that
the
you just
tuna
met.
to the soul cat, and
Yeah.
Sparkles and we just had a moment, and so I just scooped her up and I said, "Karen, look, I got a fur baby."
Oh, it was so cute. And like, So
So go ahead, Karen. So that's how you met Sparkles. Now tell us a little bit about your
Right.
experience when you
So
met
like that was like back when we were like living together and all that whatever does, which is like a bygone era before I realized like how much Stacy sucks. No offense, but so she brought in Sparkles and was like, look, I got a fur baby, and it's like reeking at tuna and all that stuff, and I was like, oh no, what? So fur baby, oh that's crazy, because like I was worried a little bit about like the hairball situation, but Sparkles like looked at me. And like, I felt seen. I felt like I was finally who I was supposed to be, And so like I held Sparkles, and like we were one. So that's
that
You're on
connection.
yes, it was so like important to me. Like probably one of the most important moments of my life, definitely of Stacey's life, because like there's nothing else going on there, but like it's at least in top 10 for me,
Karen, does Sparkles the Wonder Cat have any powers? Like, do they have extreme empathy of any kind, or
kind of, and like they just kind of enhance, you know what I mean? And I don't mean in like a CSI like enhance kind of thing. I mean like a whatever they're next to, like that's the superpower that they enhance. So like my hair
Also,
smells
they
really
shit
good.
glitter.
Yeah, they do shit glitter. That is true. And it's biodegradable.
I get it now.
Yeah.
There you go. Now it's a better name for the cat.
Which is why you know the cat likes you if it turns its butthole presenting to you because it's about to shoot glitter in your face.
It
That's
doesn't,
right.
it doesn't smell good. It doesn't smell good.
No, it does
But
not.
just to clarify for the record, Stacy's the one who took in the cat initially. Yes.
It does sound like a
handed it to
classic.
me,
It does sound like a classic case of locatus confinum, finders keepers. So there surely is a case.
Indeed.
Surely
And,
it's
and which of you was responsible for primary care of this cat?
That was my next question, Gideon. Very good. I appreciate
Gideon, we
that.
had a great thing with this finders keepers thing. Don't ask follow-ups.
So like currently Sparkles is with me, and Sparkles likes me better. So like I'm the primary caretaker, because like if you ask
but who
Sparkles,
was?
it'd be first.
Yes, but who actually took care of the cat when both of you were cohabitating?
So Sparkles is like, that's the other superpower really, is that Sparkles is like, you know how they say like cats are super independent and everything? Sparkles can like go buy her own food and everything. Like she's got like a cute little cat credit card and everything. So she kind of is like we didn't want to like insult her, you know? So we just kind of let her like do her thing and like supported her for who she is.
What's the thumb situation with this cat?
One thumb, but not where you think.
Ooh, shall we play a game of Guess the Thumb?
I don't want to.
You think
we're going to continue with the trial?
When I lived in England back in the 1700s, we played Find the Thumb round the fire for hours. Where's the thumb, we'd say. Never where you thought.
If I can consult with my mentor here, Miss Faustian, do we?
No, they're not married yet. Sorry, Harper, they're not married yet.
I wish I was Miss Faustian, but let's be real.
Okay,
I'm so focused now.
Sorry. I've just Castillo. Yes,
Yeah.
I've known so much about you firsthand from the time that I've worked here.
Yeah.
Do we have any?
We're close.
Any books on feline sidekick law? It's a kind of a rare case. Not really sure.
So now that we understand, this gets trickier because now that we understand that Sparkles had a credit card, meaning they had a line of credit, which means that they had to have something going through a bank, which means that they are recognized as a person. Finders keepers no longer applies anymore.
Yeah.
Because you can't just finders keepers a person that's called slavery.
And we'd like to make it clear that we as a firm distance ourselves from that.
It was adoption. It wasn't that.
Okay. Okay.
Listen, I cleaned Sparkle's litter box enough times. It was adoption.
In fact, I would like to offer a counterpoint. Sometimes teenagers will be given credit cards. Yes, they are, in fact, people, but that does not mean that they do not have primary caretakers. It does not mean they cannot be adopted. It does not mean that someone is not entitled to custody over that person.
You could even say that the first person to bring a teenager into the room is not immediately their guardian. That is so astute of you. I totally get why you guys are like tied.
You could also say being an influencer isn't a real career, Karen.
You could, but you'd be like,
we're not.
Karen has a very thriving activist career.
I do. I am such an activist. That's so
What are some of the causes out of
like-
interest? What are some of the causes that you're an activist
We don't have to
for?
go into that. You don't have to answer that.
Relevance?
Objection, relevance?
It's a simple follow-up question.
Sustained. This has
that's
nothing to do with the custodies that you
girl
are.
Your Honor, I would argue that any primary involvement of either of the potential caretakers is of the utmost importance to determining the suitability of who the cat goes into custody
Oh my
with.
God, is he like
And
this,
would
like,
I
all the
perhaps
time?
roll to find out whether or not the objection is sustained?
Ooh. Yeah, okay, so
Genius of the premier lawyer in Megalopolis City.
So what we'll do is we'll have the person who made the objection rolling against the person who the objection is made against. And the argument about you both would make an argument to try and further your agenda in this specific objection situation, which would then fall to me to determine whether or not somebody gets a plus or a minus to
Ooh, a minus.
whatever roll they make. So the objection being made was
To
The
my thriving activist.
The relevance of what Karen's activist career is, what her causes are, the relevance to that pertaining to a custody agreement about a cat that is completely unrelated.
okay, and then the
And
defense against that objection would be
Sorry. Would you like to
No.
continue?
No, it was absolutely. I'll jump in if necessary, but I think it's your point.
Thank you very much. So my argument is that the activities, especially ones as important as activism, should very much be considered because they're a day-to-day part of the caretaker's lives. Those are very important to determining suitability because this is what they do.
You would
Okay.
build a character picture of a person, and this is part of that broad mosaic of life.
Oh, attorney. You can't do that. Listen.
That's law. And
for
that's
this
law,
specific-
baby.
For this specific objection, I'm going to vote a +1 to Cole because this is technically about the custody itself, not about the suitability of the people who are raising the cat. This is about one person having the time of the cat and the other person not having the time of the cat that they think that they deserve.
Character testimony is a super difficult thing to get.
So I didn't hear that because there's no other lawyers in the room, so I don't understand.
There's only 2 lawyers and 2 lawyers to be. And,
yeah. And they both know so much about the law. It's all
We know so much about the law.
Absolutely. Your side a +1, so maybe chill.
That's pretty amazing. I thought Gideon had a pretty good argument there, but you know what? That's fine. I'll take it.
I too think Gideon had a good argument. Thank you.
If we're going to a vote, I also thought Gideon had a great argument. Does that help?
Democracy.
But if we did proceed down that road of questioning, I had Harper last week look up Stacy's activist activities, so I'm sure Harper has all that data.
Oh my God.
I had him look up last week.
Don't you?
Absolutely.
So we didn't want to go there.
I think it's I might have left it in the other room.
Of course. No. Please continue telling us about where you left it.
In the other law room.
Yes, it's just right outside. I mean, if you guys don't
So you've abandoned.
No. Stay, please. You stay. In fact, I can go find these papers for you.
I need you and Cole to roll off against each other.
Oh yes, we still haven't decided, have we?
Right.
Step 1.
I did was give a bonus. Like, we didn't actually do the thing.
Oh, okay.
What form of dice would be preferred for this one?
A D6.
D6.
You've got this, girl boss. You've got this.
Yeah, I got a 4, so a 5 with the +1.
Come on for the 6 so we can draw.
I have a 2.
Gideon!
What's going on?
It's okay. We don't need luck. We need skill. And we always have skill.
Objection was sustained. Yes, it was your objection, so it was a sustained objection.
You're like so good at this.
You don't have to answer about your activist activities.
Thank you.
I'm sorry that I, as your lawyer, even brought it up there. That was very irresponsible of me. We're just going to move on.
It's
I was trying to defend your career as an influencer. Because, I mean, I don't know if they're aware, but like, you were retweeted reflighted the other week, and it was a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
But anyway, as I was saying, so we were talking about the timeshare with the cat and who was going to have the cat and how you both have a soul bond with the cat. Okay, great. That's pretty normal, right? Like, it's,
Regular cat love triangles.
So what happened between you two to where you decided to go separate ways? And how did that agreement with this regarding Sparkles even come to be?
It's not really, it's not important. It's really not important. I mean, I feel like it's not like a big deal, like how that happened and all that, whatever. It's just like, it's really old. It's old history and all that. And, like, I'm just saying, like, unless like I'm forced by the judge to talk about it, I'm not going to talk about it.
Well, to spare the reliving the trauma, how did you end up with Sparkles at the end of the separation?
Well, Sparkles looked like really sad about stuff and like things that I don't really want to talk about. So like I'm like way more like empathetic than Stacey. So I really was feeling for Sparkles and wanted to make sure that they were like, that the cat was like, you know, in like a happy place. I wanted her world to be like a safe place when everything felt like it was like crumbling down to nothing out of nowhere for no reason. And like, I just didn't want the cat to like experience that, you know? And like my hair smells like your favorite scent. So like, I thought that would be like a comfort to the cat.
Perhaps you should elaborate on the collapse of your world. It seems like this is very important to understanding the situation as a whole.
No, it's fine.
Karen got the apartment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was very, very difficult to put Sparkles in a pet carrier.
Yeah, no, Sparkles is like super against that. Like it's like a normal thing.
It's a cage. It's not just a cage for the cat's body. It's a cage for its spirit.
Yeah.
So actually, it was Stacey's concern over the well-being of the cat. That's the only reason.
I don't think Stacey cares about the well-being of anybody but Stacey, if I were to guess. But like, you know, that's just a guess.
I care about so much. You have no idea. I have been I have been communicating with the world, and I'm feeling all of it right
Oh
now.
my God, Stacy. Really? The whole
Given
world?
Stacy's concerns, I would imagine actually all we have seen in this court at the moment is Stacy's selflessness, I would argue. I mean, after all, Stacy is the one who brought the cat in. Stacy is the one who was concerned about the cat's living conditions. I would argue these all indicate a profile of the utmost selflessness. On the other hand, I'm afraid with you, Karen, we don't seem to have anything of the sort. We have, at best, volunteer efforts that I would like to add again. You have made an effort to block our information of. So I would like to call into question whether or not those are actually indicative of any selflessness on your part.
If you remember, hold on, Karen. If you do recall, some of the first statements from our clients was that the objection of my client Karen was that Stacy was feeding Sparkle's meow mix, whereas she kept her on like a homemade diet, which was obviously what Sparkles was used to, having had tuna straight out of the can. And if you recall, Meow Mix had that big lawsuit about all of that recalled food because they had like asbestos or some crap in their food. So I would say that Karen was very concerned about the basic needs being met for this cat.
Now, Karen, what was in your homemade diet for this cat?
Oh my God,
exactly?
Like, it was so cute. So like I start with like a whole natural vegetable medley, and I make sure that there's lots of like broth and everything, and there's like a reduction. I gotta make sure it's like plated and all that stuff. And then like we just use like whole free range beef. So like I have like this beef
for a cat.
Yeah, they're like carnivores, but like they need a little veggie in there too. So
really,
like, you
beef
know,
feels strange. Like, I don't know, something about the idea of giving beef to a cat.
In fact, I would argue that's highly irregular for a cat.
Not actually.
I would like to object. The strangeness of our clients.
We have an objection.
The strangeness of our clients' diet for Sparkles, it doesn't really seem relevant to me.
Yeah.
But
Your Honor, I would say it is extremely relevant to know what the cat is being fed on a daily basis here.
I would agree with that.
This is a part of their core living conditions.
Yes. So I'm gonna give Gideon the +1 this time, and we're gonna have another one of those objection roll-offs.
Look, I don't want to sound like Stacey.
And it will be another D6, of course.
But like that was not a hot. Like I just.
I have a 6 naturally.
I have a 3.
Okay, I'm going to rule in favor of the plaintiff on this one. The relevance is definitely there. Knowing what this cat eats on a regular basis is most certainly relevant.
Like the menu is like a rotating thing. Well, I mean, beef is like for, like February, and then like we swap to like a salmon thing, and then there's like turkey for April because it feels like a turkey kind of vibe,
So the diet isn't even consistent is what you're saying.
Yours? You eat the same thing every day? Like,
if you swap an animal diet, totally swap its diet every month. February beef, March salmon. What is it going to be next?
Turkey.
Yeah,
April turkey, March foie gras. When does it end? You're gonna give shits. You're gonna give the shits.
The foie gras month was a nightmare.
That's a tricky.
Domestic animals rely on consistency in their diet, in their schedules, in their living. This is an important part of taking care of any domesticated animal.
They like chicken, they like liver, and Meow Mix has been reported to deliver on those requirements.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
That's why I thought I was making the decision, but unfortunately, all my social media accounts are down, so I don't know.
Yeah,
what Meow
that's
Mix
so
is.
tragic.
It's. Don't even start with me. My life is 1,000 times better now that my phone is just kind of not making noise, and I don't.
Yeah, nobody wants to reach you anymore. Like you don't have to talk to the world. You have to like actually care about the things around you. That's crazy, Stacey.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying.
Okay, so in keeping in line with the original play of the game, I did roll a complication.
Oh no.
So what I decided to do is I was going to roll a complication for both sides, and we can do both of them individually, and how you succeed or fail on those will influence the number of dice that you get towards the closing arguments and the judgment of this case. So, Stacy, you mentioned before that you got the apartment. It was you who got the apartment? Or was it Karen who got the apartment?
I got to the apartment.
Oh, I'm very sorry about that. It appears that the documentation that you presented me has been time travel altered to say that Stacy was the one who actually initially procured the apartment.
Wow.
So
that's just like so you.
The world has been retconned to say
Unbelievable. After everything, really, Stacey, you're gonna take the apartment for real? Unbelievable.
Well, according to this, she's already had the apartment.
I don't even want the stinky apartment anymore. I just want Spark.
Stacy, this works for us. Take the win, Stace.
Yes, now you have a house that you can put the cat in. That gives you an advantage. You have a safe space for this cat. That is huge for us.
Does time travel say that I get like a mansion or anything? Like, would that happen if that? Because did we like if we retconned and all that? Because like I know that like happens with the dimensions or whatever. But like, so where am I then? Like, would it be better in the apartment? Maybe. Like, what if I was in like a penthouse?
Well, according to this specifically, it's just that you didn't get the apartment. Initially, it was Stacy who got the apartment, and you ended up living with her, as opposed to you getting the apartment and her living with you.
Oh, Karen, check your driver's license. Let's see where do you live now?
Yeah, okay, so that's what I'm gonna do then. If this is about like the suitability of the domicile, would be like a legal term of art, I guess. But like I'm gonna go ahead and look at my driver's license real quick, and like I definitely have that, and not just napkins. Like here it is. So do I roll for this? This is how I handle the
Yeah, are we convinced that it's it's not a napkin?
Yes.
This is what they look like in the US. I don't know if you know that. Like,
it's slightly psychic.
Here's my
paper.
driving
You should be
license from England.
completely
There you
aware of that.
that's so cute. I have one of those too.
Do you?
I do, yeah.
You can drive in England like me.
I shouldn't though.
Okay, so for this, why don't you take a... Yeah, we'll take a D6, and a 3, 4, 5, 6 would be a success in your case because that's pretty solid, concrete evidence that you have a place to live. If it's a 6, then we could give you a bonus for it, saying like maybe you did end up getting a mansion just to spite Stacy.
Yeah, I feel like that like works for me. So let's see where I'm living. That's a fucking 6. So...
Okay. So I'm gonna.
Oh my god!
I'm keeping track of all of like the pluses and minuses and stuff.
Stacey,
So-
that means that much to you.
So yes, Karen, where do you live? As a matter of fact.
So like, there's just this cute little penthouse that's like at the top of one of the tallest skyscrapers in Megalopolis, and like, I just happen to know the person who's going to be like renting it out. Like, we're besties on Insta, and like on not blood, so like private besties, and like the penthouse was like needed like an influencer to really sell it. So like I got invited to stay there and like promote the brand as long as they need to sell like the rest of the apartments. So like that's like, you know, forever, because real estate is the best investment, so I've heard, and all that stuff. Like they keep telling me, but I really think that InstaBlub is probably the better investment, but it's just between you and me. So that's where I stay, and it's like fully furnished, and like I have it's literally photo perfect.
So just to clarify, I have 2 questions there. You did not purchase this penthouse apartment, correct?
Yeah, it was given to me on the merit of how awesome I am.
Yes, and then this is entirely predicated on the fact that you are there to sell other penthouses, and you will stay there, as you said just now, until the other apartments are sold, correct?
In the big skyscraper forever, yeah. So like there's a lot of them.
I think skyscrapers are finite.
From one
They are finite, yes.
Yeah, they're not infinite spaces of...
No, but like you don't live there forever, you know what I mean? Like they're apartments, so like you are pretty regularly looking for new tenants. And my job is to make it look cool to live there.
So it's a place of work, really.
I guess.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Just popping that in there. So you live in your place of work. Well, that'll come up, I'm sure.
Yeah, along with every small business owner in this country. I'm just
Yeah,
saying, like, you are allowed.
I am not an enemy of the small business, Cole. I'm not. For my visa, I need to make it very clear that I love small businesses and eagles and freedom.
Right.
I'm not going back to Droitwich. You can't make me.
All right, so you agree with me that a small business owner and an entrepreneur like my
Write that down,
client,
Your Honor. Yeah. Entrepreneur.
can absolutely live and work in the same location.
Not a small business owner, a small business attendee. Doesn't own the apartment, is merely given it to promote things. If I'm in a shop, that doesn't make me a small business owner, even if I'm the teller.
Ooh, look at you with the solid legal arguments.
I'm an actual lawyer.
I do have a question. Does that mean you took Sparkles into the penthouse?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted it to be
Catnap.
the best place for her because I feel like, she should deserve to be happy.
It's a
No outside
penthouse.
space in a penthouse. On the top by definition.
Actually, there's like a little cute garden thing. It's one of those like rooftop garden things, and it's like a little hot tub and everything.
You
It's like
want to keep a cat on a rooftop garden. That can't possibly go wrong.
Karen,
Is this an outdoor cat?
No, this is an indoor cat. Except when she wants to go like shopping and like she has to accept like her little credit card. Obviously, I'm not gonna like stop her. She's like an independent creature.
She
So
wears a little collar with a bell, so you know that she's
it's really polite. Like she'll like paw at the door and like give you a look that's like I'm late, and then you're like okay, whatever, and then you let her out, and then she's like she'll go get her own.
And then she fires some glitter into a flower bed and comes back in.
No, she like goes shopping. Like the garden
Oh, I
is like
see.
her meditative place, but like she's a big fan of like, all the big stores that I definitely know of and fashion things. I don't know. What's a fashion store? What are
A
those?
Gucci, a Versace,
Yeah,
an
that.
Yves Saint Laurent.
That's the one.
For,
that sounds
for a
real.
cat, would it be Persace?
Ooh, I think it would.
Oh.
Don't
Hey,
encourage
Judge.
that. Don't
Hey,
encourage
Judge,
that.
Well done.
No, don't encourage that. We're going to talk about your visa later.
My domicile.
All right.
Okay.
no.
Oh, okay.
We had a complication as well, didn't we?
Yes.
Mhm.
So,
Strap in, kids.
I don't think we should have reminded him of that, but yes.
The law is a game and we play it fairly, Gideon.
Do we have to?
someone
but-
involved in the case is actually the secret identity of another party.
No, that's definitely not true.
Interesting.
So I already know that I am exactly who I am. I'm Karen. I mean, we found out about.
Oh, we are perfectly aware that you are who you say you
Oh
are.
my God, thank you.
Thank you.
And like last case, we discovered that Stacy was actually what was it?
Hey,
not-
Karen,
it's not
Karen, this
important.
is their complication. You can
It's
just
not-
let them deal with it. I'm just
You really
saying.
took it on as if it was your deal.
Oh
like so
yeah,
immediately.
that's my bad, guys. Sorry.
That's
But
all
now-
right. That's what I'm
Yeah,
here
we
for.
don't-
I am here to support you.
Thank you. You're such a good bestie.
Mix Hollow over there too.
In
Yeah.
the past, I would
Yes.
have been said something really nasty to you about trying to talk about the thing we don't talk about my name. But I'm in a better place right now, so I'll just give you a condescending glare.
Oh.
What's
Your Honor,
happening?
I'm frightened to ask a follow-up question. You're gonna need to.
Counsel, I'm also frightened.
I don't know. I don't know the
It's not
backstory on this,
important.
but
It's not important. Don't look at my legal signature on anything. Just don't worry about
Okay,
it.
that's hideous.
okay.
Can
Well,
I,
I think-
can
I
I
think-
see the legal signatures that
Well, no, I think Your
on the
Honor, that-
deposition for this case?
Oh my God, yeah, I totally had it
It's
on
not
this
important. It's not important.
Stacey, is there anything you needed to disclose to us ahead of the trial?
My
Is there anything-
legal name is not Stacy.
Okay, but you signed all the pre-trial documents with the name Stacey, so you do
No,
realize
I
that's a
didn't. Look, I learned to sign my name so it looks like Stacy, but when you really look at it, it looks like Miriam.
It looks like what now?
Whatever that's it.
Miriam.
Mary? Oh, look. Oh.
It's not the vibes aren't the vibes of Miriam.
Is there any documentation that can tie you to this other identity, or do you think we can ride this one out? This is just in case this isn't clear. This is a sidebar.
We dealt with this
Alright.
previously. I've been working on my signature, so it looks like both, and that's kind of working out.
Interesting. Well, I did watch the streams, but clearly I didn't pick up on that. So
No worries.
So there we go.
I was hoping we could just put it all behind us and not have to worry about embarrassing me any further.
Well, I personally don't think it's relevant. I think people are who they are now, and that's fine, and we should all move on.
All right.
Likewise.
Except with the little itty bitty scooch of a problem that she signed all the documents for this court case as Stacy.
Your Highness, we seem to have a legal Yanny Laurel situation going on
Your
here.
Honor, I think it's
Mix Hallow, I would like to interject for a second.
Oh,
What
yeah.
what did you call the judge?
Your honor.
I believe we
honor.
heard Your
Yes.
Highness. That sounds very
That's like
strange
such a
coming from
hip
you.
new trend is what it
Harper.
is. Thanks, Harper.
Harper, I was under the impression that you knew so much about how these courts are run. You used to talk so often about the relationships you would form with the judges. So I'm very curious. Has your memory slipped somehow? This seems very irregular for you. Please
Objection.
explain.
Yeah, Your Honor, I don't see how this is relevant to the case.
I'm not making an objection to the court. I'm trying to ask a fellow student about a confusion we seem to be having. I mean, after all, I would think you, as you have said, often say that you want your clients to have the very best.
Yeah,
Is that not right?
It's just a good old-fashioned follow-up
That
question. Go off, King.
sounds like something I would say. Yes.
It wasn't.
Okay, now I'm confused. But anyway, back to the case.
It's okay, Harper. We're here for you. It's okay.
So, is your signature? The question is your signature invalidated because you're making like a Stace-Miriam, and it looks very much like Stacy.
Your Honor, could I object with the roll and say that this is badgering the witness?
I think you could.
I intend to prove that a badger has entered the courtroom. A badger with a piece of coal.
Yeah, that's fair. I get that a lot. So we're gonna do that.
I love badgers. They're so
But not this legal badger, because this legal badger, it gets up on a podium and says, "I don't believe you," and you want to get that badger out of your house, legally speaking.
Oh my god, though.
Badgers can be
Yeah, I get kicked out of a lot of places too. This still tracks, so I'm ready to
that's
roll
so
with you. It's fine.
sad.
Oops, glitter. I'm gonna take it in.
Okay, right, and do a roll. Ooh, a 6.
I got a 5. I thought I did pretty good, but that's all right.
All right.
All right,
So,
forget about my signature question. It's fine.
yeah, objection
Yeah.
sustained. You do not have to answer any questions about the questionable legality and legibility of your signature.
And that's
Don't
good
worry about
because
fraud, because I rolled a 6.
I just realized Miriam, not. Stacy, hot. Miriam, hot.
Case
Miriam.
I'm gonna rebrand. It's gonna be, if I have to, I'm gonna rebrand. But I'm dark on social media. I'm not doing that thing.
Yeah.
You're pupating on the socials.
Oh yeah, that's such a good word for it. You're pupating. I love that. Thank you so much. That is so cute.
That's the thing. Butterflies. That's a.
Yeah, when they're caterpillars. Yeah, that's what they do. They pupate.
Well, to be fair, they're pupating at a middle stage, a translatory stage, so they are neither caterpillar nor butterfly. They're sort of a chrysalis-based soup.
That's right.
Yeah, it's true. They're like a whole goo
Somebody
inside
way
there.
prettier.
I went to a
Way
natural
more
history museum in Vienna, and they talked about it, and it was real weird. Sorry, I interrupted my
Is that like
client
a
with
thing
my
that
soup
you and your
Christmas
brother do?
thing.
Do you guys pupate? Is that like a thing y'all do? Like the mosquito thing? Is that how you guys like existed?
Erin, how do you go outside
I'm just
sometimes?
trying to be friendly,
You can't
Stacy.
just ask people if they pupate.
Oh my god. This again, I cannot believe we're having this argument again. Like it's just a way of getting to know somebody.
But not
Your
if
Honor,
they-
Your Honor, can I roll for badgering the lawyer about whether or not they pupate?
I'm gonna say no this time.
Yet another day goes past when the mosquito population is degraded, and I, for one, won't stand for it.
So Stacy lives in, or are we going with Miriam now?
and you can
Well, she used to be Miriam back when things were better.
Stacey, it's all right. So Stacy lives in an apartment in the activist corner of town.
Yeah.
And my client Karen lives in a penthouse in a swanky skyscraper with a garden and a little cat door so that Sparkles can go and do her shopping with her little cat credit card.
And cats are allowed on the property of the penthouse?
Oh my god, yes.
Are they?
Yeah. Sparkles is like in all of the photos, like a big head.
Hey,
And I'm glad we keep
law people.
Oh, yes. Sidebar. Would you like a sidebar, Gideon? Sidebar.
Yes, I'd like the sidebar.
Yes.
sidebar too.
Let's sidebar. Let's sidebar.
What are we
Can
talking
I take pictures?
Well,
can I
so-
take pictures with other people?
While they're
Maybe I have to get
sidebarring, I
there.
would like the audience and the everyone else to know that a cat has entered the courtroom and is making its way towards the witness stand.
Does the cat have a
Oh,
credit
Who's
card?
on the witness stand?
Listen,
Hang on, Stacey,
Whenever I-
gone.
whenever I take
Oh my
a picture
God.
of someone else, I have to
So-
get their permission.
Oh,
And-
interesting.
And she
So-
has not gotten the cat's legal
So there's
signature.
there appears to be a cat on the witness stand. Who are you and what are you doing in my courtroom?
I'm Sparkles, beloved
That's
cat
house.
of Stacy, and I'm here to just say we should throw this whole case out
On what ground? What?
Yes. What?
on the grounds that I'm just tired of this facade going on right now.
There's no facade. There's no facade. Nothing facade-y happened. Like, I mean, Stacey used to be Miriam, and that was like fine, and everything was great. And then she was
Confirm with both of
Stacey.
you that this is Sparkles. This is the cat in question.
This is Sparkles, the
Yeah,
credit card owning cat.
I wasn't aware Sparkles could talk.
Karen,
that
did you
kind
know
of brings a
Sparkles
whole
could talk?
nother.
I didn't know Sparkles could talk.
I mean, I felt it in like the aura.
Yeah, but you didn't hear Sparkles.
Guys, I think Sparkles like a whole person.
I'm a whole ass cat, not a person.
Yeah, that's like very important.
Like a person.
An ass cat, a whole ass
And-
cat.
Don't be discriminatory.
And Sparkles, you have a credit card. We've heard a lot about that. Is this a credit card in your own name? Are you a registered like citizen, social security number, everything, or is this under one of your
You'll have to
Parents'
subpoena me
names?
for that.
Well, the first one was under my name, but it was also under Miriam specifically, not Stacey. That was back when we were like together, when we were like living together. When we had the cat, like we were taking care of Sparkles together. So
You're on air. I've got a legal question. What happens when the credit card cat turns up and says, I want to stop this case because it's a facade? Do we just keep going, or do we establish A, how the cat got in here as a surprise self-witness, and B, if this is indeed a
this
legally
is what legal
distinct
practice is like.
person cat, do we say, well, it's up to the cat, or is the cat's opinion not about
yes,
this because it's not
that's
in the majority?
That's a great point, Miss Castillo. I think we've reached an Airbud situation where we
Is
must
it in the
place
rule
the
book?
cat in between both owners and see which the cat would go to.
Classic Airbud
A
situation.
classic
Airbud.
Airbud.
So it's Airbud.
The carny guy
That sounds real.
case.
Yeah.
Yes.
I suppose that would
Is that
come
Disney?
down to the choice of the cat. Although I personally have a question. How old is Sparkles in cat years? Would they qualify as a
Yes, are they the majority?
a majority, or are they
Or is
still
this a juvenile cat?
Sparkles is an old soul.
Sparkles is an old soul, but like in people years, like 5. So,
5.
But like,
But if a cat lives like 12 years, that's like 25.
20 years.
What?
Cat can
Yeah,
live 20 years.
That's like 20 years.
Sparkles.
We've never
Yeah, it's
established how long have you had Sparkles?
well, I mean, we found Sparkles like a year and a half ago. So like it's pretty
okay.
recent that like the move out happened and all the Stacy thing instead of Miriam like came up. So like Sparkles was already like a grown cat, and like we just they're like
All right. So
for like a year and a half.
I kind of like the idea of the Airbud situation, and I think that that both sides are going. This is going to be effectively our judgment situation, where both sides are going to get to roll dice, and the winner keeps the cat. Both sides, I've been keeping track, have 2 successes in their favor. So I'm going to say that this is going to just be a 3-on-3 neutral roll-off because you guys have equal standing. So the three, the prosecution and the defense are everyone's going to roll a die.
Oh my gosh.
Do we add up the total on each side? Or
yes,
just
we're gonna add up the total on each side, and winner gets the cat.
Oh my god.
Okay, right.
I got a 3.
I got a 3 as well.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
what'd you get?
I got a 1.
Oh god, we got a total of 7. All right.
I got a 5, team.
Oh,
I rolled a 4.
And I too rolled a 4.
So
Game, set, and match. Hello.
in the case of Stacy versus Karen, in regards to the custody battle of Sparkles the Wonder Cat,
Your Holiness, I would like to use those bonus dice that we got to re-roll our lowest numbers.
Ooh.
You do that legally?
yeah, totally.
That
I mean, like,
sounds legal to me.
This was a clear-cut case of air amicus, and we shall not go back. Your Honor, surely, yes, that's kind of Latin for air friend, which was the closest I could get.
No, I got that. It was very good. I appreciate that.
Thank you. I mean, I'm old, but I still like a good old-fashioned positive reinforcement.
Yeah, we should talk later. It's good.
Easy. Your brother's like super different about that. Like,
Yeah, man. He's
he's-
such an asshole.
He's a grump. He's a class A grump.
You're just a joy.
Thank you.
Given that this is a beta trial, we'll go for it, and we'll let you roll we'll roll one of the 3s and the 1.
You
Yeah,
too.
okay.
Mix Hollow and Karen. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got this, Harvey. We got this. Yay!
This is shenanigans.
What?
It's like a 2 now.
Oh.
Okay. Wait, was I rolling as well?
Yes,
Or
you
you-
are.
Yeah, you should like
oh.
roll a 6 if you could. That'd be like super. I don't know if it'll make a difference, but we could like have a little bit of flair to this.
Oh no, it's worse.
I got a 5.
Oh, it's
So I believe that brings your total up to 10. But from what I understand,
Yeah.
the opposing counsel did roll higher. So I'm going to roll in favor of Miss Stacy. She gets to keep Sparkles, assuming that Sparkles is okay with that.
Sparkles,
Thank you, Mary.
would you want to live in
I
my
would like
stinky
you
little
better.
apartment, or do you want to live in the cool upstairs penthouse garden?
Well, I mean, for whatever it's worth, Sparkles, it was like worth everything that we found you.
I'm just gonna say, Karen, you're the reason y'all broke up. It's your fault. And
Ooh, snap.
Spend a
mic
lot
drop,
on
I'm
cat.
going to the penthouse.
Well, I mean,
Hang on, what? Hang on.
I
What?
mean,
I already knew that.
like it was. You became Stacy and you changed. Okay.
We spent all of our money on gourmet cat food that isn't
Well-
really even cat food. Like, our budget was just...
Someone had to love me back, and it wasn't you.
Oh.
For the
Should we
record,
all
also,
leave? It feels like
cats
now
can-
the legal arguments are done. This is
Yeah.
very personal.
for the record, cats can eat cooked beef. That's like totally a normal part of their diet.
Don't bring your cat beef perversion into this court of law. We have established through dice rolls that it is weird to feed beef to a cat. This will not stand. Humanity shall not fall to this beef cattery of yours. I have not
it
studied
was-
law for hundreds of years to hear
for me.
beef for cats.
No one tell him that chickens like to eat chicken. That
It was
not-
not my idea to feed beef. I said I was...
You.
Your Majesty, I think we need to open a separate case for the cats being fed beef
The
scenario.
landmark case of cat versus beef. I'm on the side of cat.
I think that as long as you can get the paperwork started, we can probably work that into some sort of future
To the
case.
beefmobile.
Yeah, I'll help my brother get started on it.
Your
yes.
Brother.
Hazel?
Yeah. He's my paperwork guy. You tell him. Like catch him up. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Proper. Your
Can you
brother's
tell-
not on the payroll. He can't be doing official business for us if he's not on the payroll, Hopper. We got to talk about this.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Mix Hallow, I would like to ask you something. Tell your brother that even with 3 Hallows, you still wouldn't be able to beat me.
Oh my god, is he like this obnoxious like all the time? That's crazy.
It's great, isn't
Yeah,
it?
during all our meetings,
great.
yeah.
Oh my god, what?
You
Oh my God.
cannot
3 siblings and still nothing.
You
Oh,
cannot buy this
fine.
Draco Malfoy
Oh my
energy.
God.
It's just you have to. Yeah, it just has
That
to
is
be there.
Like, who would just have a brand like that? That is like so not. That's weird.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm just going to rule in favor of that voice. God damn.
I think that's how the law works. Yeah.
Your Honor, at what stage of the trial do we throw hands?
No,
Usually that would be after the trial in the parking lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Post-trial parking lot.
That's all right. We don't need to throw hands. I am very confident. I have read your mind, Mix Hallow. That would be very unnecessary. But I would like the record to show that I have won once again.
That is what the record does.
That would,
That is
yeah,
all.
you wouldn't actually have.
That
you
is
didn't
the
have
point
to-
of the record, yes.
Yeah, they're gonna write it down. They're not gonna be like, "And stuff happened."
Wait,
Someone
you guys
won.
have to say that you win, but I don't get the cat.
No, you do. I don't know. The cat seems
Well,
quite confused as to who lived where.
Go and the cat wanted to go with me.
It's time travel. It's very common.
I'm so
Stacey,
confused.
If it's any, I mean, like now that the case is over and all that, and like if you were still, I don't know if there's Marion under there somewhere, you could like come visit if you want it.
Miriam's seeming pretty hot right now.
Yeah,
I think I can do that.
Oh, that's nice.
just like a test, you know, like something little.
I know you got that penthouse because you could see the apartment from there.
It was like part of it, but not like the whole thing, like part of it. Would like Thursday work?
No, I'm busy. I have a job interview.
shit,
I'm actually so damn busy.
Wow. This is very
The Monday
That is
work.
cold.
I know.
fine.
Wow.
Least sexy day of the week. Unbelievable. Monday works.
Someone extends an olive branch and you just set that shit on fire. Well done. Well done.
All right. So here, what the fuck that was. Thank you for joining us for the first competitive version. Thank you, Dan, Your Honorable Judge Dan, for being a trooper throughout this mess.
Oh my god.
Everybody who joined us through this stream to watch this go down, the finale between Karen and Stacey, and maybe they can patch things up with the help of Sparkles the Wonder Cat, but also maybe not.
The real superpower is Sparkles enhances love.
Can we all give a round of applause to Sparkles, aka
Sparkles
Tony, our marketing genius and moderator, and
Sparkles the Wonder Cat. So thank you, Sparkles. All right, y'all. So once again, we have met our goal for funding of Super Suits. We are at 15 grand. Excuse me. We actually had a few come in since then. We're at least 15, 20 or two. God, numbers are good. That's the thing I can do. 15.
that's why you're a lawyer.
Yeah, that's very
What's a lawyer?
This is how you got disbarred. Numbers, what are they?
No, never took the bar. It's better. But
I was never barred in the first place, sir.
Be disbarred if you weren't barred in the first place.
exactly.
Saves money.
Hard a little.
It does save a lot of money. But the what was it going? So we have 15,200 at minimum last time I checked, and if we get to 20,000, we're going to fully design and flesh out a full TTRPG of the competitive version of this with like probably less chaos, but I'm not going to make that promise. I mean,
I'm going to get involved in that. I'm absolutely going to be.
Yeah, Dan has earned that. So thank y'all for joining us. It was such a blast. Thank you for supporting us throughout this entire campaign. You will be getting emails from us if you've been donating, asking you to pick your character names that you choose to name for the show. Your cape, if you got a cape from us.
We got like 3 of them, I think.
We got like 3
Also-
custom capes.
So, like, Mom, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Mom, if you're watching, if you bought a cape, you gotta tell me later, because I have a feeling that you bought a cape, Ma.
It's funny you say that because I was talking to my mom earlier, and she got
a cape. It was
she got a named character. She's like, yes, I said we made our goal of 15,000. She's like 15,204. Like, what did you do?
Oh my god! I told my mom about it, and she asked me. I had to explain what crowdfunding was. So
I don't understand what it is, but I'm just glad you're happy. So.
But also, this was not a hint, Ma. Please don't buy a cape. I just have a suspicion. That's all I have to say. Thank you if it's true, but please don't. Please. God. Please. Okay.
We have capes at home.
We do. We have so many capes already.
We'll be recording the process of Jackie and I sewing these capes and putting them together. We plan to make them dope. Like,
oh, hell yeah.
Cosplay skills for it, because we didn't honestly expect anybody to actually do that. So we got to reward that. Keep an eye on the Faustian Nonsense Twitch stream. Follow us if you haven't already so you can get the notifications when we're live. The Super Suits Pod, Twitter, Faust Nonsense. Twitter is our handle, Faust Nonsense. We wouldn't do Faustian. For whatever reason, they're like scared of demons or whatever. And you can follow us there for more show news as we work on productions and for our other shows that you can listen to in the meantime. Till then, we'll see you guys in our next stream. Thank you.